I messed up big time, man. Did a rookie mistake out here posting these tier lists, thinking I could say what I think under the assumption that people would understand that tier lists are usually opinionated. I should have known better. I should have known that for me and me alone, a tier list is gospel. A tier list is only the truth, and you cannot say and have any of your own biases inputted into said tier lists. So I made a cardinal sin about 4 times. And usually God forgives you the first mistake. In this situation, you'll see those 4 giant X's on my record and say, sorry there, bud. Once would have been okay. Twice, we could have talked about it. 3 times, you could do me some favors. 4 times, you are absolutely smoked if you think you're getting in these pearly gates. Pearly gates make sense. Sorry there, Mr. J. J Sauce. Okay, now I'm definitely not going to have it. What the hell? Oh no. Dude, it's not... Listen, I forgot the pistols were even in the game because I didn't check the dude. It's been a lot of hours actually since I last checked that the guy who sells weapons. So I didn't know. But I'll go ahead and face the boss with these and talk about Remnant 2 a little bit and some other games because I'm getting a little bored, you know? Just a little bored in this game, which is fair. I've gotten a lot of hours out of it. It's kind of chill. I think part of my boredom just stems from not feeling enough reward in some aspects, or not feeling like the time I'm spending playing this game is respected enough. I think that's a better way of phrasing that. Because, for instance, I'm getting really tired of having to go run through the entirety of the game to then fight a boss. If I want to go fight the root bosses on like that 5th map, I have to do the entire campaign again. I like those bosses, especially the last one. Annihilation's a really fun fight, but I don't really want to spend 4, maybe 3 hours, maybe 2.5, you know, if I'm going really fast, to fight a boss like that. Instead, I want pursuits so bad, dude. Ooh, that's the wrong buff. I think pursuits would just be the bee's knees. I don't hate it. I think repeater pistol reload's even faster. Respectable. I respect that. Like, I'm noticing more and more, and I don't think the intention of this game was to sort of do that to you necessarily, and maybe they'll improve it in the future. It just sucks, or it's unfortunate right now that that's kind of where I'm at. But I got hundreds of hours of actual enjoyment from the game. I made some content that I enjoyed making that people liked watching, which is a W, because, hey man, when you make content, you can love it all day, but if no one watches that shit, guess what? You ain't getting paid, bro. And rent is always due. Always. So, it's been nice. Flashcaster. People be sleeping on Flashcaster, man. That 50% faster casting speed is critical. Although, I don't really need it necessarily in my fights. I could put these points somewhere else because I'm not spamming mods by any means, but just don't get hit. You know what I'm saying? You'll be fine. I'm gonna do the service pistol first and then the repeater pistol. Is that automatic? Nope. Why would it be? Unfortunate. And again, people always ask me, or they always say, you're playing as Ravager, bro. It's a terrible test. How? How is Ravager of all bosses a terrible test for just seeing what the max DPS uptime is? Because the boss has no phases. Yeah, that's kind of cringe. The boss has no phases, has a really easy to hit weak spot. How does not be... Dude, they gotta figure it out with this freaking nonsense. Wait a second to get more damage. Okay, sometimes wait more than a second. Listen, bro. This time, I'm not going to edit out all the fails. I'm not going to edit out all the fails. Usually I have to because I have so many guns to go through that I don't want people to be watching a hour and 20, if not hour and 30-minute video. That's why you can't do that. But in this case, you know, I'll maybe stretch it to 8 minutes if I have to, if I can reasonably. Remember back in the day, that was like the absolute meta when I was playing Dauntless for a long time. At the start, I didn't try and do that on purpose, but towards the end, I was like, you know what? Oh, I'm smoked. I have the wrong ability on. There goes about 400 scrap down the drain. Which, speaking of, because of how I'm playing the game right now, I do not get any scrap. I am only fighting a boss. I'm never killing it. I'm only resetting. That means I'm getting negative scrap gains. Ay, ay, ay. And I'm telling you, I think there's certain things that games do. They have like a core system that is fantastic, that can be replicated in other games to just be freaking phenomenally fun. And in this case, it would just be pursuits. Also, I think that modifiers are cringe. Modifiers are one of the most boring aspects of mini games. It's not just Remnant. Apologies for the interjection. Modifiers can be good if the player can select them. If they can choose what they want modifier-wise, and modifiers also reward them based on, I guess, the difficulty, that is a great system. Not being able to choose doesn't feel good. And it's never felt good to me personally in the majority of games I play. Why would anyone want to sit there, go through an entire rotation of a map to then get a boss that has a modifier that counters the build you want to use? You see what I mean? Like, imagine I go through the entirety of the campaign to then fight the last boss, and it has thick hide, and I'm using a crit-based build. Actually, in this case, it has thick hide and elemental resist whenever I'm using an Archon crit build. Imagine my enjoyment in that aspect. I hate that I almost thought I died. I can't stand the fact that the freaking animation of Rampage cancels my Hunter's focus. Like, that seems boring. I think I could kill it faster. My trigger finger ain't what it used to be, brother. Question though is, do I have enough ammunition to kill this thing? I'll try it one more time just to see. And sure, I could pick up ammunition, but the point is to see what happens if I don't pick up ammunition. In this case. No! Pain. Okay, I'll give it one more fair shake. Going back to the whole animation thing, there are aspects of games that are basically hindering mechanics that do not contribute to the games in a meaningful way, if you ask me. It's across multiple games. One of them is usually stamina. And in Remnant 2, stamina is done, I believe, very well, unless you're playing melee, in which case, it's kind of cringe. It's actually mega cringe. But using your weapons, it's great since you don't use stamina for your weapons. Like, having stamina be for your charge attacks for melee makes sense from a contextual level, or conceptual level, but not when it comes to actually enjoying the game. And that is the most important aspect. So in other games, these similar mechanics would be like sharpening and Monster Hunter. I get you can get stuff to make it not a big deal, but having to build around that to make something decent in the first place is trash. In Dauntless, stamina was trash. You could play around it. I did. Still trash. Being able to do something does not negate the negativity of said thing. I still can't believe that how bad stamina was in Dauntless for the longest time. Ooh, chilling. I'm bad. Oh, one more. That was actually really good. So Monster Hunter has the sharpening aspect, which I just can't get into. I refuse to be that person who's like, okay, I'm playing the game. I'm actually playing the game. Oh, I played the game too hard. Oh, I played the game too hard, guys. Gotta take a breather. Taking a break here. That's my thing. When you're playing the game so well, and the game just says, you have to slow down there, bud. You're going way too fast. It's like putting a speed limit in a video game. And that speed limit isn't limiting your actual... Well, it's actually limiting your speed, but it's also limiting your fun. In real life, speed limits make sense. You don't be hitting freaking Timmy going 100 miles an hour in a school zone. That makes sense. But in a video game, why would you put speed limits where they don't necessarily need to be there? Some limits need to apply, sure. But it's more so having like a 100-mile-an-hour speed limit versus having like a 30. Yeah, it's like having a school... Fish! Having a school zone speed limit. This dude is trolling. And in the new game Wayfinder, stamina isn't the end of the world necessarily. I don't love it. I don't hate it, which is good. Okay, we gotta handle Hunter's Focus. We gotta do some changes here. Don't hit me, don't hit me. Okay, this is decent. Trigger finger. I played picture away. See, that's good. It's about your trigger finger, bro. I have to be in Hunter's Focus here. Listen, we'll take it. We'll take it. It's missing some HP. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter necessarily because I can't even kill it. I can't time it that way. I wish I could. Imagine, too, if we had pursuits in this game or something like that, and it would time your boss fight from the first hit to when you killed it. That would be another layer of content for some players, like me, to see there and be like, okay, what's better? Or this is not really what's better, but how can I kill it faster? How can I be better than last time? Like Jeff2Set says. That's something that I really think the games don't understand enough, is progression is one of the biggest things to gamers. And you don't have to give them progression, which Remnant does a good job of progression for the most part. But some games, they base progression off of, okay, go ahead and spend the next 20 years playing the game there, bro, for a smidge of more power or a smidge of improvement. No. Let the player progress in a way that's meaningful, that isn't going to be an absolute time sink and feel like a chore or a job. And let them see the progression. And seeing progression does result in numbers sometimes. What's my damage? What's my time kill? What's all these other factors? They're very important for the enjoyability of a game, if you ask me. That's why people always talk about like damage meters in games. Sure, it may lead to a bit of toxicity, but who cares? Folks don't need a reason to be toxic. If they're having a bad day, they'll let you know. That's one thing I didn't understand, is trying to take away a fun, neat thing that can be used for so much camaraderie and enjoyment because a few bad apples. It's not like, this isn't bread, dog. Just because there's a little bit of mold doesn't mean to throw away the whole thing. It's a gosh darn video game. If you're expecting everyone to behave properly, you're out of luck. Look at if you guys play Apex, which I think that none of you folks do. In that game, they've had a new rank system that they keep changing, and they are realizing that the people that play the game are absolute troglodytes. Is that a bad word? I always like a joke word. This is also clicky. Alright, this seems worse than last gun. Maybe not, actually. But Apex, you can basically do nothing. You can not play the game and rank up. And the devs don't like that, which reasonably so, I wouldn't either. Because the players don't like it either. Okay, this one's terrible because why are your minions so far away? This gun is garbage. Oh, we'll give it one more shot. But like the Apex, you can do nothing in the game and rank up. Even still, I believe, I'm pretty sure to this day, you can do next to nothing and rank up. Although actually now, they changed the ring because they wanted to sort of curb people from camping in the ring, or the zone rather. And the zone is this giant thing that hurts you. If you're in it, you get hurt. And as the game progresses, the zone does more damage. They changed the zone timings to try and stop folks from being, you know, freaking Muppets and camping in there. And guess what? Now you can camp longer. So it just goes to show that people will abuse mechanics in these games, especially PvP ones, to gain the advantage. And that's just going to happen. And Remnant 2, it's not any different. People are using tank builds like crazy, and most tank builds, not most, but some tank builds are absolute exploits. Like the one I posted about the shield thing, it's an exploit, but who cares? Because people will use it because they can. And me not posting a video doesn't change it. That doesn't change that. I can't maintain rampage stacks. This gun is cheeks. I'm not using another thing. So the service pistol, at least the weapon before this one, was way better. Because this is absolute garbage. It's freaking French trash. I still can't get over some folks. Last video, they're saying, what are they saying? It's like, how could you rate my favorite gun D tier or whatever tier? Because I don't like it that much. And in my experience, it wasn't that good. If you like it, use it. I'm not saying you can't use weapons. My tier list is not gospel. Going back to the start of the video. Oh my god, I have like no damage. No stamina. No stamina. That's it. Dude, I'm having Dawn flashbacks. Wait, there's a chance. I mean, I could kill it, but like... Can I? This might be the worst gun in the game. Because it can't maintain rampage stacks. And I still believe in my heart of hearts that Rampage Hunter is way better than Gunslinger Hunter. Hugs, rather. Like, Hugs is better than Hugs all day, every day of the week. Folks who think differently, I'm sorry for your loss of brain cells. I'm just kidding. In my experience, bro, Hugs last 20 seconds. Unless you have devoured loot. Rampage... Oh, Jesus. Rampage lasts 1,000... Oh, gosh. It's the wrong button. In Wayfinder, my kill button is bound to my 5 key. In this game, my 5 key is bound to death. In both games, I want different things. Out of there. I hope, I pray. I would kill it, but I don't want to have to go back. In case there's like another thing I want to do, I do not want to spend 15 minutes running back to the boss. Which is another reason why I placed a lot of guns in the tiers I placed them for general use. Which I could have been more lenient on that list, but I'm basing it off of what I think. And in my case, I don't fight trash mobs after the hours I put in the game. I just don't do that. But to be fair, I think Enigma is still really good if you are fighting trash mobs, so it deserves at least B tier. But that's it. That's all I'd give it. I think on a boss fight, which is where most people get stuck, is boss fights. Enigma doesn't do that much in most cases. If there's a bunch of ads, it's nice. But not every fight has a bunch of ads. And in those cases, maybe you're just better off shooting with your main gun and having a modifier like Trimmers for your secondary versus having Enigma where you have to sit there and hold the button or use the modifier multiple times. That's my thought process. Anywho, that was a video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It was much more of like a talking head thing, right? Just you have a conversation, me and you. Just you, all right? Don't tell anyone about this, all right? So, might do this more. We'll see. I kind of used all my talking points as one video. GG. But check out the Wayfinder content. I'm posting it. I keep saying I'm going to post it. I'm going to post it, I promise. I have a Tempest thing that everyone already posted, but hey, I'm slow to the party. As far as the pistols are concerned, I'd say service pistol C tier and repeater pistol is F tier. Anywho, have a good day. Thanks for watching. Peace. Son of a biscuit, brother. Didn't have the sign my brother gave me for my birthday on. I'm just trash.